Hey there, quick question for you. Have you ever signed up for a service online or shared your email and wondered, who actually has my data and how safe is it? If that thought ever crossed your mind, you're not alone. Because today, we're diving into GDPR, the European law that's changing how organizations handle your personal information and why it matters to you, even if you're not in the EU. Welcome to Bluehat Cybersec Academy. GDPR, or General Data Protection Regulation, is a legal framework from the European Union. It sets guidelines for how personal information of EU residents can be collected, stored, and processed. It came into effect on May 25, 2018, replacing the older 1995 Data Protection Directive. The goal of GDPR is simple: to protect individuals' privacy rights, ensure transparency in how personal data is used, and promote accountability among organizations. Think of it as a rulebook for digital privacy designed to give you more control over your data. Now, GDPR is built on several core principles that guide how personal data should be handled. For instance, lawfulness, fairness, and transparency means organizations must process data legally, fairly, and transparently. You should always know how your data is being used. Then there's purpose limitation. Data should only be collected for a specific, legitimate purpose and not used for anything else without consent. Data minimization reminds us to only collect what's truly necessary. Accuracy ensures that your data stays correct and up to date. Storage limitation tells organizations not to keep your data longer than needed. GDPR also emphasizes integrity and confidentiality, which means your personal data must be protected from leaks, hacks, or unauthorized access. And finally, accountability makes sure organizations can prove that they're following all these rules. So, what counts as personal data? Basically, personal data is any information that can identify you, either directly or indirectly. Examples include your name, address, email, or phone number. Even your IP address, device ID, credit card information, health records, or biometric data counts. Even small information can be personal if it can be linked back to you. And here's something really empowering. GDPR gives you specific rights over your data. You have the right to access. You can see what data is stored about you. You also have the right to rectification, which lets you correct any inaccuracies. Then there's the right to erasure, sometimes called the right to be forgotten, which lets you request deletion of your data in certain cases. You also have the right to restrict processing, meaning you can limit how your data is used. The right to data portability allows you to transfer your data elsewhere. And you have the right to object, which lets you say no to marketing, profiling, or research uses. Finally, GDPR gives you rights related to automated decisions, preventing automated processing that significantly affects you. So GDPR isn't just about organizations, it's also about protecting you. But organizations have responsibilities too. They must obtain explicit consent before collecting personal data, conduct data protection impact assessments for risky processing, implement data protection by design and by default, notify authorities and individuals of breaches within 72 hours, and appoint a data protection officer when required. Non-compliance isn't a small issue. Fines can reach 20 million euros or 4% of global turnover, whichever is higher. Now, why does GDPR matter? It isn't just a legal requirement, it's a mindset. GDPR empowers individuals to control their personal information, builds trust between organizations and consumers, encourages better data management, and sets a global benchmark, with many countries now adopting GDPR-like rules. For businesses, GDPR is also an opportunity to show transparency, reliability, and ethical responsibility. Let's also clear up a few common myths about GDPR. Some people say it only applies to EU companies, but that's actually false. It applies to any organization handling EU residents' data, even if they're located outside the EU. Another common belief is that consent is the only legal basis. But nope, that's not true either. Contractual necessity, legal obligation, or legitimate interest are also valid bases for processing data. And then there's the myth that small businesses are exempt. That's false as well. GDPR applies to all organizations handling EU residents' data, regardless of their size. So, what can organizations and individuals do to stay GDPR compliant? First, audit the personal data you collect and store. Update privacy policies and clearly inform users. Obtain documented consent when required. Implement strong security measures and, train staff on GDPR principles and proper data handling. Here's the thing. GDPR is more than a regulation. It's a shift in thinking. It asks organizations to prioritize privacy, transparency, and accountability, while giving you meaningful control over your data. Understanding GDPR today isn't just helpful, it's essential. It ensures your data rights are respected and promotes a safer, more trustworthy online environment. When applied thoughtfully, GDPR benefits both users and organizations, building trust, reducing risks, and shaping a more responsible digital world. Now, let's make this interactive. A quick challenge for you. Can you list 3 rights GDPR gives you over your personal data? And do you know if the websites you visit actually follow GDPR rules? Pause for a second and think about it. Leave your answers in the comments. I'd love to see what you come up with. And if this video helped you understand GDPR and the importance of data privacy, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to Bluehat Cybersec Academy. Don't forget to check out our cloud security playlist for more videos on protecting your data in the digital world.